All right, we got a baseball topic before Greg Newsome joins us, and then Gilbert Arenas, a jam-packed, star-studded second hour here at the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. But we got to talk a little Guardians. They were off last night. They played the Padres in San Diego tonight. And during their most recent homestand, the bats were electric. They have the most hits, the most runs, and the second highest batting average in Major League Baseball since the homestand started. So what I want to ask you guys is whether you're going to buy or sell some of the guys in the lineup, continued hot hitting moving forward. So over the last 2 weeks, 5 guys in particular in this lineup have been red hot. And we're going to do a little happy face, sad face, buy, sell on whether or not you believe that not necessarily at the pace they've been at for 2 weeks, but whether or not it's an indication of better hitting or worse than it could be.
By the way, the Guardians need to trade for another hitter. I don't care how hot they are for the last few weeks, and I love that they're hitting now. They need to trade for another hitter. If you're on Twitter or our message chat saying, "Oh, the hitting's fine now," you're a loser and you're wrong. No offense.
That's his first loser in a long time.
Long time. I don't mean to call you a loser. You're not a loser. You're a winner for watching this show, but it's a bad take.
Outside
Gotta
of that,
trade for him.
outside of that, outside of 2 hours.
Yeah.
All right, you guys ready?
What do
we have 5 players, and just to explain the graphic first, on the left side of the graphic, you will see their stats from the last 15 days. On the right side of the graphic, you will see their season totals. So are you buying the continued hot hitting, or are you selling? You think they'll regress back to what they've seen so far this season? And we start with Josh Bell. In the last 15 days, Bell is hitting .333. He has 2 homers, 9 RBIs, and an OPS of .970 on the season. He's only batting .236. He only has 5 homers in total and an OPS of .707. Buying or selling the continued hot hitting of one Josh Bell?
Again, this is not a perfect system because nobody's going to stay as hot as these guys. So I don't love the way you put it, Mike, to be honest. I think you dropped the ball a little bit on this one.
I think you're dropping the ball as main host right now. Are you buying or selling?
But
this wasn't a monologue, bro. It was a buy or sell.
I'm going to buy.
You know what's so crazy? I'll buy it because I don't even think that last 15 is that hot. I need Jose Ramirez hot. 3 home runs in the game hot. 2 in a game hot.
I expect Josh Bell. I thought he'd have a good year. He's always been a bad starter. In the beginning of the year, April's always been his worst month. I expect him to finish, maybe not with the home runs we expected, but with, I don't think he'll be as bad as he was the first 6 weeks of the season the rest of the way. So I'm going to buy.
I am selling Josh Bell. I was in favor of the signing when it happened. I'm very concerned about it now because of the option year. This could be a $33 million mistake.
Oh, yeah.
If it goes south. I don't think he's going to be as bad as he was in April, but I don't think he's going to continue.
All right, buying?
He's Carlos Santana got better numbers than that. And we used to laugh at Santana. He's a good player.
Santana was good.
Santana, he was, but we never once did we come in Carlos Santana. No, not like he's regular.
Yeah, but I mean, he's not a great player. We expect him to be better than that.
I expected him to be decent or not decent.
I expected a lot more power. It hasn't been there.
Power, yeah.
Go ahead, Mike.
Next up is Josh Naylor, who has been on an absolute heater over the last 2 weeks. In his last 15 days, Josh Naylor is batting .438. He's mashed a home run, has 16 RBIs, and an absurd 1.119 OPS on the season. He's still been the Guardians' best hitter. He has 8 home runs. He's hitting .282 with 48 RBIs. OPS just under 800.
By the way, if 791 is your best OPS, that's not good. That's above average. That's good. It's fine.
It
but
shouldn't
be
your number one.
It shouldn't be your number one. 791 OPS is pretty good, but not great. I think Josh Naylor is what he is. He's a good major league player who can't hit lefties, and that prevents him from being potentially an all-star caliber player. I guess I'll say, okay. I mean, he can't stay this hot. He's not going to hit .438.
Right.
But
no.
Overall, I think he's going to be pretty good the rest of the year, so I'll say yes.
I'm going to come with this, but let me preface this. This frown is for your glove work. Your glove work. Oh, my gosh. You be out here losing Naylor.
Yeah,
quit his toss game to first base. This guy, he misses a lot of routine plays, but guess what? I don't care nothing about that. You play first base and DH. Who cares if you have errors? No one cares about your fielding powers. Continue to stroke the ball and continue to knock runs in. I like it. He on pace for a decent year. He's on pace. 48 RBIs, leads the team, right? I believe so.
Yeah, it does.
Before I reveal,
yeah,
real quick, Did you guys see Texas Stanford last night?
I did not.
No.
That was so painful. Well, as an A&M fan, it
Unbelievable.
was awesome to watch.
Texas lost.
Oh,
Stanford advanced going to the College World Series on a routine fly ball that every outfielder lost in the sky.
I did see that one play.
Unbelievable.
The panic, by the way, people don't get it. The panic in your life when someone hits a fly ball and you don't know where it's going.
I've been there. It's horrifying.
It's like losing your kid in the mall. Oh my God, Billy!
Yeah.
Billy, where are you at? Get out of the clothes racks. Don't play like that.
I will buy Josh Naylor because early on when his numbers were not great, a lot of it was unlucky. If you look at the advanced metrics, it was unlucky. He was hitting the ball well. Not lefties. We've already discussed that.
Yeah.
But just in general, his overall numbers were sagging a little bit, and I think that's now regressing to the mean in terms of a good way.
Yeah.
Whereas some of the hard hit balls he had early in the year are falling now for hits.
Yeah.
Josh Naylor is going to be just fine.
I think we know what Josh Naylor is.
Yeah, we know what he is.
He puts up pretty consistent numbers
Yeah.
year after year. That's what he is what he is, which is pretty good. Go ahead, Mikey.
Next up, my personal hero, my best friend, future president of the United States, future 7-time AL MVP,
Wow.
Will Brennan. In the last 15 days, Silly Willy, at Silly Willy 18, at Mike Lucas's best friend, is hitting .408 with 2 home runs, 8 RBIs, and an OPS just under 1,100. On the season, he's hitting .267 with 4 homers, 19 RBIs, and a .708 OPS. Since he killed the bird, he has been phenomenal. Are you buying or
he
selling?
was extremely clutch. By the way, in that Friday night game, did you guys watch to the end?
We talked about this yesterday.
Yeah, well, we talked about it at the field, but our audience doesn't know this. All-time dumb move by Dusty Baker, not walking Will Brennan in the 14th with David Fry on deck. David Fry should not be on a major league roster. I think we all know that. I don't know why he's on this roster. I have no idea. He's on the roster because they need a guy on the roster that they don't mind never playing.
Right.
As opposed to their good hitters.
Well, I think they want the flexibility to be able to hit for the pinch hit for the catcher
Maybe if
and have another catcher.
If you called up Bo Naylor, you wouldn't have to worry about that. How about
very
that?
True. Very
How about
true.
that? How about we DFA 2 of these 3 catchers and call up Bo Naylor?
I'm
But
not arguing that.
why Dusty Baker did not walk Will Brennan with a runner, with nobody on first, and David Fry, who had just grounded into double play the at-bat before and doesn't have a single RBI, I have no idea. So clutch by Will Brennan. I like Will Brennan, but he's got a lot more to prove. I like Will Brennan. I hate to say this, but he may need to be part of a trade to get a hitter. And I'm fine with that. So there you go. Can we get Nolan Jones back, by the way?
On a tear in Colorado.
Here's what I'm going to say. I like Will Brennan.
I like him.
I think that 408 and those 2 home runs, RBIs, here's what I'm going to say. I think this shows me that he can be somebody. What I want you to do in the offseason, I need him to hit these weights tough. I need him to get stronger because I feel like I could stretch him. I feel like at one time, I'm going to give him that Brady Anderson game, allegedly. And I think he can hit 30 home runs. I think he got a frame that he could put a little weight on. He can get a little stronger. I like his swing. He doesn't strike out a ton. I like him in right field. And I think he could be a sneaky development type guy for a power hitter. So I like Will Brennan. Keep doing your thing, bro. And eat these sandwiches, creatine sandwiches.
I think Brennan's an everyday player in the majors. I don't know that he's going to ever make an all-star game. Sorry, Mikey. But I think he's kind of that Josh Naylor mold of just a solid guy you can build your team around. He could play all 3 spots, really. Bull hates Miles Straw. Brennan could be your center fielder of the future if you trade for a bat.
Inexcusable. But
and Tito loves him.
The defense of Miles Straw, because he plays a good center field, when every center fielder plays a good center fielder, almost everyone. It's a position you don't play unless you're great in the field.
Of course, I would like to see them upgrade the spot, but I don't think Miles Straw is the reason that they've struggled this year.
It's a wrap. Brennan's not going nowhere. If Tito touches your shoulders in the dugout and massages you up like this, I'm playing around with you.
I like Will Brennan.
He's not going nowhere.
If I have to trade him
I
to
would
get
trade
the
him.
guy I want, I'm trading him.
For sure.
Go ahead, Mikey.
All right, next up is Jose Ramirez, who has seen a recent power surge. In his last 15 games, Jose's batting .305, has 4 home runs, is driven in 12 runs, and has a .959 OPS, as opposed to the full season where he's batting .278 with 10 homers, 38 RBIs, and a .842
So
OPS.
Jose has the best OPS.
Over Naylor.
Buying or selling the recent hot streak
how
for
can
Jose
you sell it?
Ramirez?
I mean, the guy's been consistently
He's
all-star
an
his whole
MVP
career.
candidate.
See, man, I'm sorry, man. I'm gonna have to keep calling you out, Jose. But you keep hitting the baseball after I call you out. Listen, I'm like, what happened to Jose? What is his bat? His swing looking trash right now. He's actually balling.
The other day, I
Sneaky
said he's
balling.
been having a bad season for him.
Yeah, for
and
him.
Then he had 3 home runs.
And then he had 3
that
home
day,
runs.
Which was true.
Then it all changed.
Yeah.
I don't think he's having a bad year. I think he was having a down year. I think is what I saw.
A bad year for him. For him. His standards are so high.
I mean, the bad year for him was a couple years ago when he couldn't hit a ball fair. He had a horrendous slump a couple years ago. That was a bad year.
It was like the whole
Like half of one season
Yeah.
and half of another,
Right,
like stretched
right.
over 2.
And we don't even talk about it. He got a nice glove too.
He's terrific.
We don't be talking about that.
I was there the other night, the night of the 3 home run game. I went to the game,
Man,
and the play he made defensively at third that night
was sick.
terrific.
And he had the straight face when they would slow it down. He'd be having a straight face and everything.
Yeah.
Like he's the dude that comes in and be like, "Hey, I got my friend Jose coming to the bar. You better not mess with me."
Yeah.
He comes in like, "Yeah,
He's a
I'm that
badass.
guy."
Mike, last one. What do you
Last
got?
but not least, the 5th and final Guardian who has been on another world offensively over the last 2 weeks is one Andres Jimenez, the Guardians'
worried about him
$100
from
million
an injury
man
standpoint.
heading into the season. Over the last 15 days, he's hitting .292, has a home runs, driven in 10 of his 19 RBIs on the season, and his OPS is at .806 compared to the entire 2023, where he's hitting just .242, 4 total homers, 19 total RBIs, and an OPS of .669. Are you buying or selling the fact that Andres Jimenez has found his swing?
I'm buying as long as he's healthy. I'm worried about this. The Guardians have a long recent history of saying guys that are out for precautionary reasons and then them missing 6 weeks.
Yeah.
I call that the
So I don't know.
McKenzie effect.
Yeah, I don't know, but if he's healthy, I think he's going to be really good the rest of the season.
Listen, I'm gonna just keep. Listen, what way it works here is I'm gonna just keep hating until you start hitting the ball and get really big time numbers. I'm gonna say no. I think he can do it. That 1 home run, I need to see that up. Because the Guardians are counting on him forever now. Like he's like pretty much
massive contract.
He has a massive deal. He has to be every bit as good as Francisco Lindor was. Do you not believe that?
Yeah.
He has to so when we talk about him as an all-star, he has to be of that ilk where it's like, he needs to get to where Jose Ramirez is, where we don't even question whether or not he's good or not. He's just like
I don't know if I can expect him to be that good, but at least like all-star. He's got to, at the very least, be a borderline all-star every year.
Yep.
That's what I'm expecting.
Yep.
And I think he will be. I've said it multiple times on the show before. You don't go from being a 7-WAR player to not being able to hit a curveball. So this is, I think, the real Andres Jimenez. I agree with you. I hope he's healthy.
Yeah.
It was calf, right? It was a calf, I think.
I don't remember now.
And hopefully it's not that big of a deal, and he'll be back in the lineup. And I'm buying Jimenez.